Hey everyone, I know I'm doing this kind of weird. I did Dio's Black Sabbath, my top 10 and under 10 first, and I'm coming back around to Ozzy. Originally, I was actually going to start with Tony Martin, but I wasn't comfortable with doing my top 10 for Tony Martin yet. Um, and like I said in my top 10 for Dio, I will eventually get around to narrowing it down to a Black Sabbath top 10, period. But today we are talking about the Aussie top 10. I know I've done this one already. I did it when I covered my rap party for the Black Sabbath years of Ozzy after I finished covering all the albums. Ozzy's gone now, so clearly we're never getting another Sabbath or Ozzy album with Ozzy. So I feel, well, I mean, we might if there's some stuff that was recorded prior to his death that they finish up posthumously. But as far as we know, there's no more coming. That being said, let's just get into what are my 10 favorite songs from, at least right now, from Black Sabbath. Um, I do not have representation for every album on here. I'm going to be completely upfront about that. There was a couple albums that got overlooked. I tried to hit one from every album. It's not always doable, especially when you have albums like Paranoid and Sabotage. Yeah. So, speaking of Sabotage, that's how we open up this list. Megalomania. I have loved this song ever since the first time I have heard it. This song is just such an absolute trip the whole ride through. And Ozzy's performance on here and the music on here and the whole journey on this song is just incredible. It also is one of Sabbath's longest songs, clocking in at 9:41. Next song from the 13 album. Uh, I went back and forth over the 13 album over whether or not it was going to get included. And when I really, really thought about it, there is one song on that album I really, honestly, truly love, and I really do enjoy, and that is Live Forever. And even now, it means that much more to me when we're talking about Ozzy because I love the lines, I don't want to live forever, but I don't want to die. And that just kind of hits now, man, right here. And we can all honestly understand that. The concept of living forever, that's a lot of loss, man. That's a lot of loss, and that's a lot of pain, and that's a lot of suffering. And if you don't stop bodily aging as you go, it gets worse. Uh, so yeah, the concept of I don't want to live forever, but I don't want to die, man, that hits. So for me, that's on the list. Next up, Never Say Die. Absolutely love this song. This cannot, the fact that this has been left off of greatest hits albums is always left off of best of lists. Everything else, it pisses me off. This is one of Sabbath's coolest songs ever, man, because it has got such a great dance groove to it. And I'm not talking that disco style dance groove that everybody was putting in going into the 80s. No, this has got an old school rock and roll, like 50s style rock and roll, where you get to do the swing dance and you see the big wide dresses and the girls get lifted up in the air and woo, like what end of Back to the Future, the first Back to the Future, when they're all dancing there getting crazy and having a good time. That's what I picture every time I hear Never Say Die. Also, if you watch the Top of the Pops video, that's kind of what you watch in the Top of the Pops video. Fantastic song, man. Seeing what was it, Never Say Die, I believe it was GNR that did it at the Back to the Beginning. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, can't not have that song. Just greatest, simplest riff. And then you get in those lyrics. Oh, Great tune. Okay, I went back and forth. Black Sabbath Volume 4 almost did not get representation. I do like Volume 4, but of all the songs on Volume 4, the only song that I honestly ever really truly go out of my way to listen to is Snowblind. So Snowblind is on this list, but it almost got left off. But I really felt bad if I left Snowblind off because Snowblind is really such a great tune. So I had to keep on there. Now, I cheat. There's technically 11 songs on this list, but I hate listening to Children of the Grave without Embryo before it. Absolutely love that intro. If you're one of my regular viewers, you may have heard this story before. Embryo was actually the very first thing I ever learned from Black Sabbath on guitar. I went and downloaded the tab for it for one of my guitar classes because I needed something simple and easy to play in class to get through, get a credit. And because of the way it's played, I was able to do it real quick. And at the time, my guitar teacher was really big on finger picking and pushing everybody to try and finger pick. And I had one of the few guitars you could actually properly finger pick with. So I took the time and effort to learn Embryo and used Embryo. But the other reason I took the time and effort to learn Embryo is because Embryo goes into my favorite Black Sabbath song, which is Children of the Grave. I know I said earlier I absolutely love Megalomania, but Children of the Grave is the only Black Sabbath song I have ever taken the time to learn vocally, on guitar, minus the guitar solos, on bass, and on drums. Only song I ever, in all the music I have learned over all the years, all the songs I've taken the time to learn over all the years, Children of the Grave is to this day still the only song I can play on multiple instruments. Well, I used to be able to play on multiple instruments. Riding a bike might come back. So yeah, Embryo, Children of the Grave, I'm putting in here as one song. Then we get into the quintessential Black Sabbath song that sets the mood for everything. Black Sabbath. Do I need to say more as to why Black Sabbath is on this list? I should not. Okay, then we get into the first song that totally got me into Black Sabbath, and it is that killer bass line at the beginning of it. Boo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 ba 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 boo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 ba 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 boo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 ba 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 boo boo doo 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 boo doo 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 doo. If you haven't figured it out yet, we're talking about Fairies Wear Boots, man. I love Fairies Wear Boots. To this day, it's still one of my favorite songs, man. Every part about this song is fantastic. There is nothing bad about this song at all. And I'm not even getting into the political side of the song because I don't want to, because I've discussed it in previous ones enough. We don't need to have that discussion anymore. Fairies Wear Boots. I will also swear is the best song on Paranoid. All right. We're back to the Sabotage album with Hole in the Sky. This is why certain other albums had to be ignored. Like I said, Sabotage and Paranoid kind of sucked up some spaces for me. Hole in the Sky, man, right from the beginning of that really kind of buried in the mix at the beginning. Attack! Boom, da 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 boom, da 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 boom, da 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 bow, bow, boom, da 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 boom, da 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 boom, da da bow, bow, boom, bow, bow. You get where I'm going. And then finally, War Pigs. The one song that I've got covers of with every vocalist except for Tony Martin. Pissed off over that one. Iommi, you screwed up. You should have released bonus tracks with some live Tony Martin stuff when you did all the remasters. So really quickly, because I'm hitting 10 minutes, Megalomania, Live Forever, Never Say Die, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, Snowblind, Embryo with Children of the Grave Together, Black Sabbath, Fairies Wear Boots, Hole in the Sky, War Pigs. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, bell for notifications. Let me know your top 10 down below. Otherwise, peace, love, take care, and I made this top 10 in under 10.